Okay, hey guys. We are. Hopefully the sound is working. We are just getting ready for another dive. Bear with me. Making this rather steep. Alright. Clipping them up. We're about to drop. Maybe they could be here. If you haven't already, like kind of, guys, I always forget to say that. And then we're gonna do an update. We tried to do a live. Sometimes people just feel a bit more comfortable with the rule. They know that they're actually there. Okay, ready for your card, Mark? Just wait. Give me the buoy line for real. Just want to change the guys. Huh? Nico, get nervous. When you're ready. Mask's on, TV's on. Ready. 3, 2, 1, roll.
Have a chop.
Okay.
Fins on.
Where are your fins?
The yellow ones here.
Wow.
The instructor.
Wow.
The instructor. Hold on.
Wow.
The instructor. JP.
JP.
Everybody does it. There's always a fun.
Doesn't have fins on.
He got his fins. Shit. Devastating. Everybody else's gear right, and then forget your own.
Does he need a qualification now?
Shall we do a refresh, JP?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, listen.
I saw him roll back and I went, those are different fins.
Right, okay, guys. We're gonna.
No fins.
Is everybody okay?
Just my yellow ones.
Okay, okay. You're good. Smashing. You're good. You got a buoy line? Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Are we gonna go set you up for your dive now? Let's go. Let's go on a mission. Right, okay, I have to find this spot now. I'm gonna go out to the beach. Hold on. Do you wanna, JP? Do you want us to wait if you got enough weight? You got enough weight? Let's just go check.
They'll pick up sinkers. Yeah, they'll pick up sinkers.
Okay. Sorry, guys. See, they're all going down. Awesome. Beautiful day, Muscle Boy. Muscle Bay Foot. Point. Even. Can't talk. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to cruise slowly over. If you guys want to start, you can get kidding up. Actually, I'll blast over now and then just hold on tight. We'll just get there quick and then. You hold this.
I don't know. Weird some questions. How does this thing work?
How's it going? Smashing. Right, guys, if you want to kit up, and we are just going to drift over gradually over the wall. Switch the motors up. Beautiful day. What a day. Hey guys. So, we have a few updates. We tried to do it live the other day, but it was hectic windy. The swell was horrendous, and yeah, we couldn't just chill on the boat. There was a lot going on. Divers popping up everywhere, and the swell and the wind was killing us. But yeah, we are at the wall just off the point of Mossel Bay today. You can see beautiful sea conditions, super flat. The fizz is insane, pretty much top to bottom. We've done 2 drops. So one drop's over doing a shallow dive next to the shore, and these guys are doing their qualifying dive for a deep dive. So yeah, smashing day. But we might have sharks back in the bay. We have bronze whalers have been seen all down that coast, Grootbrack to Kleinbrack, which could be a good sign, because if the big sharks are starting to move back, it could mean the white sharks are going to be soon. And we've heard mutterings, just mutterings, that the white sharks might have been spotted in Grootbrack. So it could be a week or 2 before we get them back at that island, or back around Kleinbrack where we usually go. But there's hope. There's hope that they're going to be here soon. Especially for these guys as well, Shark Research Unit with Nico here. Yeah, it's been a long few months. They went up to Durban last month because obviously the white sharks disappeared when the orcas came through. But we did have orcas the other day, which is bad because they're coming back so regularly, but also it's not too bad because the sharks weren't here, so it means they can't really fuck anything up anymore. But it is a little worrying because they're coming back so often now. It feels like this has become their new sort of new playground, which is not ideal. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, the orcas keep coming back in the bay. Yeah, so, but we do have a Nat Geo shootout at the moment, which is even more like excruciating because those guys obviously want to do a shark documentary, which we all love. We love the sharks. However, So yeah, it has been a little hectic recently. Orcas in the bay, and they came back a few times. It wasn't just once or twice, they did come back a couple of times, which is concerning. But if there's no great whites here, they can't kill any great whites here, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it is a little worrying that they're coming back so often now. They could have gone up to Plet now, which might actually be a good thing for us, because if they go up to Plet, all the white sharks should. There's a big crowd of, an abundance of great white sharks there at the moment, because they're not here and they're missing everywhere else in the coast, and there was a dead whale washed up there a week or so ago. So it seems like there's been an influx, and unfortunately there was a fatal shark interaction in less than a metre of water as well, a few days ago. We'll talk more about that. These guys are doing a sea bag. Awesome.
Take your regulator, look at your gauge, take 2 deep breaths. If the needle moves, and you can feel it in your nose.
So let's just get these dropped. Awesome, guys. So when you're ready.
Maar altijd veel schade gespoord op de route. En dan gaat ons op.
There's Nico. You guys ready? DV's in your mouth, weight belts on, right hand release. Fins on. Everybody got your fins on. Hands on your mask. On 3, 2, 1, roll! Awesome! Good job, everyone okay? Everyone okay? Smashing job!
Okay, where's the rest?
They're just around here. Do you guys want to come around the back? And join these guys?
This is
Nippy.
cold. Beautiful cold day.
We're not known for warmth in Mossel Bay. It's a little nippy
Dive's
here.
over.
Dive's over.
No. Yo.
I should have packed my gloves.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay, ready.
Already.
Okay, going down.
There they go. There's a little red tide here. You see this red stuff on here? Yeah, it's a little bit of red tide. It's just like an algae that blows in. I'm glad we're not drifting too much. Awesome! What a day! Cheers. In the interaction with the great white, poor 39-year-old. That's someone else. Yes, it was that lady, unfortunately. 39-year-old from Cape Town. Yeah, unfortunately, it was one of those rare incidents where it was just the wrong shark on the wrong day. And a lot of circumstances obviously led up to it. It's all speculation at this point, because nobody actually really knows what sort of led up to it. But yeah, Plet does have a sort of an influx of sharks at the moment, because there was a dead whale there a few weeks ago, and yeah, they're not here. So the sharks that should be here right now are somewhere else, and there have been reports of a lot of sharks at Plet. So yeah, it's a very unfortunate incident, and yeah, we obviously thoughts with the family. Yeah, no, it's a horrendous event. It's one of those sad and tragic, but very unfortunate events. Very unlucky events. Yeah. But yeah, so we do. It does look. There have been reports that there might be a few white sharks coming in at Kroepbrak, which is just over there. One of our chum spots over there. So yeah, hopefully gradually they make their way down this reef now, and come back into the bay and start chomping some seals, because there are seals everywhere, and they're getting very confident. They're just chilling in the bay. They're not moving anywhere. They're just pretty much every dive we're on now, we're getting terrorized by seals, which is fun. They're on dives. They're floating around. But yeah, no, it is crazy to have so many seals so confident in the bay. They're not scared to. They're cruising around. Usually they hoy out the bay, get deep, and it's a lot better for them. They have a lot more. They have a bigger advantage against the sharks, whereas shallower in the bay, the sharks are going to chow them. But yeah, now they're just chilling, so we do need the sharks back. But yeah, we did have the orcas bobbing around the other day. Tried to do it on a live the other day, but yeah, the wind was hectic, and I was getting the rain. Everything just went crazy. So yeah, orcas, sharks possibly. We have a lot of bronze whaler sharks, which is good, because it sort of means that the bigger sharks could be possibly moving back into the bay, because even they've disappeared recently, which is unusual. Usually the bronze whalers still stick around a little bit, but it's warm. The temperature's warmed up a lot, which is also super weird. Well, it's not weird. We're starting to get to that period where it does warm up a little, but it is quite early. We had hammerheads. We went on the research boat the other week, and we caught a smooth hammerhead, which I suppose it's not super early, but we're still in. Well, we've just gone into October now, so usually that's sort of November time. But here they are, and yeah, they've just said it's cold getting in, but it is still, I think, water temperature 18 degrees, 17, 18 degrees. So it's not cold, it's still warmer than it usually is. Birthing grounds around where you are for sharks. There is a pupping ground not too far up the coast. It's not here, although we do see pups here occasionally. Not very often, but one or two every now and then. You'll get like a shark that's like 1 meter to 1.5 meters. Baby white shark, and it's crazy. Come out chomping, live birth, and yeah, they're beautiful to see. But yeah, they are rare. But there is a pupping ground not too far from here. I'll do questions. Hello. Interaction with shark. Yeah, so if any of you guys have any questions, we are currently just on a beautiful day out in Mossel Bay, just at the point in South Africa. Sea is calm. Not too much swell, visibility is amazing, the divers are in. We have a little bit of red tide, like an algae that blows into the bay, which sometimes makes the viz a little rubbish, but it looks quite nice. We'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, it's a beautiful day in the ocean. If you guys have got any questions, let me know. 2 sets of divers. We have Chris here, who's on a conservation fellowship. Hey there, sunshine. How's it going? Yeah.
Going great.
Awesome. Are you enjoying Mossel Bay so far?
I mean, it's a beautiful day to be out on a boat. Can't
Oh, really good play being out
Oh,
there.
yeah, this is lovely. The water's glassy.
Classy, yeah. And you're doing your diving soon.
Yeah, I'll be doing
So you're going to be
my
in
diving.
soon.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
tomorrow we're doing the official orientation
Session.
day, and
Yeah.
hopefully getting in the pool sooner rather than later, and then shortly after that, hopefully into the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smashing. You got thrown in at a deep end as well. Like,
Yeah.
yesterday dives all day.
Yeah.
Today on the boat. So.
I'm here for it. I mean,
That's it.
when in South Africa, you want to take every opportunity you can.
That's
I
it. You never want to take these things for granted. You never know.
Oh, it's a
Water.
dream.
I'm in Texas and it's pitch dark outside. Well, I'm glad you can join us on the boat, and hopefully this.
You're in Texas. Why are you awake?
Yeah. You should be asleep now. But yeah.
It's like 2 a.m. there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad we could give you some daylight. Where was the fatal shark attack? It was in Plettenberg Bay. There was one. So it was in Plettenberg Bay, which is probably 2 hours from here, 2.5 hours by car from here. Beautiful little town, very big tourist destination for people visiting South Africa. It's on the Garden Route. Yeah, so it was a 39-year-old lady from Cape Town who was on holiday there with her family. And yeah, it was just an unfortunate event. And a lot of things have led up to it, but we are living your life around sharks. Yes, no, it's an incredible place to be, and the sharks are incredible. Can't deny it. We want them back. But like I said before, I don't know if for those who've just tuned in, there have been mutterings, just whispers on the wind that the white sharks might be coming back into the bay. You must make a, hey Cobus, you must make a trip. Come to Mossel Bay. Yeah. Hold on, the radio's just going, sorry. Alright, it's first strike. That's our cage diving boat, it's just a different boat. Yeah. So, beautiful day on the bay. It's going well. We do have a Nat Geo shootout at the same time as well. We're in Cape Town, the flag. Time of December. Are the sharks declining in numbers? That's a good question. How's it there? Are they declining in numbers? Well, white sharks aren't doing particularly well in South Africa. They are doing quite well in other areas of the world. Australia's doing well. America's doing yeah, around Maine, Cape Cod area is doing really well, but yeah, South Africa's not doing too well, especially with the orcas now. They tend to be killing a lot of the older females, so white sharks take a long time to become sexually mature, so it takes it to their like mid-20s. So, and the orcas are sort of targeting those bigger sharks now, so it is probably going to have an impact later down the line. And also with overfishing, bycatch, all those kind of things, long lining, poaching, yeah, they're not doing too well here. There is a number that there's like sort of 300 to 500 white sharks left in South Africa, but I don't know how accurate that is. There's sort of mixed opinion on that. A few different studies and different outcomes. So yeah, it's a tough one to say, but yeah, they definitely face their challenges here in South Africa. Which is annoying, really, because this used to be like the home for great white sharks. Like, if you wanted to see great white sharks, False Bay and Hans Bay, especially False Bay hasn't had sharks in a long time now, and Hans Bay gets them occasionally, but not very often. What happens when the sharks come back? We still dive, especially around this area. It's kind of diving, especially with sharks, is one of those things. It's like just understanding just understanding the bay. I mean, they can be anywhere, so you always have to be sort of vigilant, but you obviously arm yourself with like different facts. So we know roughly most of the white sharks spend their time around Hartenbos, up Claimbrack, up that reef over there, and Seal Island, especially in the winter months, and in the summer months they're up and down that reef. So around this area the risk is a lot lower. We don't tend to dive Hartenbos when the sharks are here, just because we know there's lots of white sharks around there, so it isn't particularly safe. But yeah, around here, the sharks do come here, but the risk is a lot lower. They're not here definitely not as frequently, and I think they definitely check us every now and then, but they're not interested. They just move on by, especially when we're on scuba and there's bubbles and everything going. They disappear and just keep their distance, especially when there's a large group of people. But we have had a few situations where there's like shapes in the dark, but you don't know what they are because there are ragged-tooth sharks around here. We have a lot of ragged-tooth sharks around here, big ones as well. Bronze whalers, and these are all quite big sharks that you could misinterpret for a white shark. But yeah, you just have to be vigilant, stay together, stay with your buddies, and you're pretty good. Have I actually seen an attack? Not in person. No, and not in this bay. I think the last one was a long time ago. But like I said, hold on. It is a super busy tourist destination. There's a lot of divers that are around. Surfers here, surfers near Seal Island as well. We dive in the bay everywhere, and the sharks know the difference generally. So it's a very unfortunate event when these tragedies do occur, but they do happen. I mean, you've got to treat it like a lion or a bear. It's the same thing. You treat it with respect, but yeah. Just checking for the buoy line and the divers. Yeah, I'm just going to go a bit closer. I see it. It's just over there. We're just drifting a little with the wind. It's coming this way. I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah, guys, if you do like the videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Just every comment helps, every like helps, every subscriber helps. So yeah, thank you so much for everybody who does join in. Are you divers looking for shark teeth? We always look for shark teeth. We always do try and find them. But it's more uncommon around this area. We do have them when we go to Hart and Boss. There tends to be a lot more of a chance around there. Okay. Is there any protection for great whites in South Africa? Yes and no. So I'll explain that in a minute. I'm just getting close to these divers just so we can keep an eye on their buoy line. If you see the buoy line's just there. I'm just going to stop here just so we can see it. It's just there. Those are the Otaniqua Mountains. The most beautiful mountain range, especially across the bay. And it's gorgeous on a clear day, and you can see all the detail in the mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous. So somebody asked, is there protection for great whites in South Africa? Yes, it was. I think it was the first country in 1991 to actually protect the great white shark. However, that being said, I think there's only actually been ever one prosecution for killing a great white shark. So it is protected. However, not well. There's no enforcement. Oh well, virtually no enforcement. Obviously, South Africa has its problems in general. Lots of sort of poaching and illegal wildlife trade and those kind of things. And unfortunately, great white sharks do get caught up in that. There is a lot of poaching for jaws and teeth, a lot of bycatch, a lot of illegal fishing. So it is unfortunate, but they're not well protected. Fun fact though, one of the only, I think it is the only, not 100% sure on that, but I think it is the only prosecution for actually catching a great white shark was here in Mossel Bay, and it was just down from where one of our other dives, I don't know if you can see those line of orange houses just there, it was just past those orange houses. So we did have a prosecution, and the guy caught it, reeled it in, sent his line out, I think by like kayak or something, sent it really far out, caught the shark, reeled it in, dragged it up on the rocks, and somebody filmed it, and he got prosecuted and he went to jail for a huge fine as well. So when they do get caught, there is big penalties and big fines. But unfortunately, it's one of those countries where, yeah, the protection really, what do you call it? The monitoring isn't really there. So yeah, out at sea, these things can happen and nobody sees. And unfortunately, it's is a cage thriving in Harsby. There was talk of connection between chumming and attacks. There is still cage diving in Hansby. I think they mainly do bronze whalers now. There is a white shark that goes through every now and then, but not very often, unfortunately, for those guys. But yeah, they still do cage diving. This narrative that chumming brings sharks into the bays, they tend to chum in areas where there's a seal population anyway, so the chum coming off the island is going out for miles, and it's like probably sort of 20 meters, well, even longer, like what are we saying? Maybe 100 meters thick, and it goes out for miles and miles. All the poop and oil and off the seal island drifts out to sea, and then the sharks bring it in. That's why they're here. When we put chum in, it's basically a teaspoonful in the ocean, and yeah, it doesn't add that much. It's just if the shark's in the area, they will come closer to where that chum smell is. So yeah, I don't typically buy that argument, but I know a lot of people sort of believe it. But no, to think we bring sharks into chumming brings sharks into the area is sort of a myth, especially when you're doing it right next to a seal colony. Let's check for these sharks. These divers, sorry. A man was taken by a great white shark near the Bay Area. So this is... Okay. So I'm just flicking through the comments. I only found out how to do this recently. I was terrible. I was, for such a long time, I was trying to figure out how to scroll back through the comments because I kept missing them, and then I couldn't see them. And then found it by accident. But yeah, beautiful day on the bay. We might have sharks back soon. That visibility's insane as well. I actually sort of wish I was diving today, and I'm stuck on the boat skipping. But it's okay. It's a beautiful day, can't complain. Me and Chris just chilling. And yeah. Can if you want. Yeah, we do have a few blue bottles in the bay, which is not a blue bottle, just a jellyfish. There's a blue bottle, right there. But yeah, Mossel Bay in all its glory. This is the point, and then it goes around Diaz, and then Hartenbos, Kleinbrack, Grootbrack, and then around to Glentana. These guys should be getting up fairly soon. They're only doing a short dive, so probably like 20 minutes, I would say. So they're not going to be too long, because then we're going to go grab these guys out, then we're going to go and fetch these guys back. So yeah, probably keep this live going for another sort of 10 minutes. So yeah, if you're enjoying these lives or any of the videos in general, please like, subscribe, and ring that little bell, because when the sharks do come back, we're going to do some shark lives, and hopefully it's not going to be too long. Yeah, mutterings of white sharks coming back. It's on the wind. It's little voices on the wind. Do you ever dive off Danabai? We actually haven't. I'd like to go and explore there, but we've never Danabai. For anybody who doesn't know, it's just a bit further around this direction, and I would actually quite like to go around there. But we don't, typically. It's a long way to go around. How long have you lived in SA? I bounce backwards and forwards. So I've been coming to South Africa since 2017. Yeah, so it's a good fun. It's a good place to be. It's beautiful. It's a big contrast from the north of England, anyway. Although there has its charms as well. Have the Lake District and all those places, but yeah, it is a beautiful place here. Where am I from? I'm from the north of England, so near Manchester, sort of more towards the coast, but yeah, not too far from there. People and children always seeing, never perceiving, always hearing. Holy Spirit. Are you going in? Going for a dip? Do you want some fins on? Are you good? Do you want me to? Yeah? Where's the boy? We're good here. Yeah. Nippy. Chris has gone for a dip. First dip. Is this the first dip in the ocean? Oh no, you went in yesterday, didn't you?
Sorry, say that again?
You went in yesterday. Suit on, yeah.
But this is nothing compared to the mountain water I normally swim in.
No.
Cold alpine lakes of Colorado, USA.
Yeah, it's a little bit warmer than that. Yeah. The lake is quite there. lunge. Let me just check where that buoy line is. Buoy line's just there. Sorry, is the signal bad? Hopefully, can you guys, I don't know if you guys can see or hear. Thank you, our country is beautiful. Yeah, South Africa is an insanely beautiful country. Is the signal okay, guys? So yeah, I'm probably going to keep this live going for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to go pick the divers up. Obviously when we do that, everything gets wet and soggy, so I'm going to put my camera away. But yeah, so just for a wrap up, we have had orcas in the bay, bouncing backwards and forwards. There are mutterings, whispers on the wind of sharks coming back, great white sharks coming back, sorry. We have lots of bronze whalers have been seen, so that's good. And we've seen hammerheads and ragged-tooth sharks in the bay, so that's also amazing because we love those as well, and they're pretty insane to see. Hold on, the radio. Yeah, just checking the radio. So yeah, no, it's been a crazy time in the bay. Orcas port and starboard. We weren't sure. There were sightings of orcas, but we're not 100% sure which ones they were. But there was a group of them. One guy said he saw 4, so could be port and starboard. Could be the pod they're sort of hanging with at the moment. But yeah, it's not too bad because the sharks aren't here, so they can't fuck with them and eat them all again. What are your thoughts on the proposed shark cage diving being allowed closer to shore in False Bay? I actually didn't know about that. I don't know. I don't know where they're planning on. I don't know the current the circumstances on where they're actually wanting to do it. I have no idea about the location and what it is. Is it near a seal colony or not? Or orcas are dripping. Yeah, so I'm not too sure about that. There is talk of actually, there was a big debate recently about banning cage diving in South Africa, so that's going to be an interesting one. It is a weird one. So I'm not 100% sure how that's panning out. So I've got to go and do some more research on that. But maybe I'll do a live specifically on that, because that'll be an interesting, especially talking point, because it is super controversial cage diving at the best of times. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody has a different threshold of what they deem reasonable. So it is the advantages and disadvantages and the benefits, and yeah, it's a real tough one at the moment. So I'm definitely gonna start doing more research on that, and then maybe do a live to do with that, just because it is an interesting topic. But yeah, it's been a fun day on the boat. And for you guys, I hope you guys enjoy hanging out on the boat. Where are we? We're in Muscle Bay, South Africa. The whole Handspite is centered around cage diving. When I was there was a lot of objection. Yes, there's lots of objection. Understandable. A lot of misconceptions, but a lot of reasonable arguments as well. So it is a tough one, but it is a huge industry in South Africa. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna go help. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Just don't kick the bottom of the boat because it hurts. 1, 2. You got it? You get the rope on this side?
Yeah. Yep.
1. And you're in.
How do you do that?
Well, that's so yeah. When we're getting off the boat, it's always easier to have fins on because then you can kick your way up. But we just let that. But it's fine. We're in. We're all good. Not too bad. Yeah. It's always a fun learning point. I did it the other day actually. I hadn't thought about it. Jumped in and then went to kick myself up. Forgot I didn't have fins on. Kicked the bottom of the boat on my shin. Oh, yes! I was screaming. I wish I would be there. Yeah, it's an awesome place to be. Let's go find this boiler because we have drifted a little bit.
Just off here.
You see it? Took my eyes off it. Around here somewhere.
Yeah, and some seals.
Oh, smashing.
I think I'll jump in again once we get closer to them.
Oh, they're up now. I know they're not. But yeah, if you enjoy them, please like, subscribe, thumbs up, ring that little bell. Here they are. I think they're coming up now. They're on the surface interval. The bubbles are all together and right below the surface. So I'm going to end it there, but thank you very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day, and yeah, nice to see you from South Africa, and I'm glad you could join us on the boat today. See you now.